Hey, how is everybody doing on this Tuesday, December 3rd, 2024? Welcome back to Weather on the Go, all your weather coverage. And let's go over the forecast really over the past couple of days, really to start December. It has certainly felt like Christmas, and we are on the countdown to Christmas here in just a couple weeks' time. But look at all of the cold air that moved in from Canada into parts of the upper Midwest, into parts of the central and southern plains, and really a lot of the eastern U.S. has seen a lot of cold Arctic air to this point in December. And looking at moisture, a lot of us are moisture starved, right? We have that cold Arctic air moving in, but we don't have the snowfall unless you were up in the Great Lakes, and we saw the lake effect snowfall really moving in here across those areas, especially for Erie, Pennsylvania, Orchard Park or Buffalo, New York, or even the Watertown, New York area, seeing some very heavy snowfall up to this point. Some lighter snow back here toward Kansas City and St. Louis and Lexington, Kentucky, Charleston, West Virginia. We definitely saw some lighter snowfall as well, but no big hefty snowstorms that have fallen so far this month. Does that change though? Let's look here at the overall weather pattern ahead. We have a big ridge out west that is starting to melt our snowpack up here in Western Canada, especially for the Yukon and British Columbia, as we have warmer temperatures than normal for this time of year. Big trough out east that's keeping our temperatures cool for the time being, but let's look throughout the week what our temperature pattern is looking like. So obviously, when you have a ridge out west and a ridge this time of year, we're going to definitely see warmer than normal temperatures. While it's not hot temperatures, it's mild Pacific air, and it's enough to melt or thaw out that ground, to melt that snowfall here out west. So obviously, the ski resort's not loving that too much right now. Looking out to the east, though, it is cold. It's Arctic out here into the east today. That continues into Wednesday. We start to see a little bit of that Pacific air moving in from the west into the Midwest, into the Central Plains on Wednesday. That is out ahead of another strong Arctic push of air that's moving south out of Canada into parts of the Dakotas, Minnesota, northern Wisconsin. And that Arctic air is going to push all the way south to the Gulf Coast again by Thursday. And then Friday, again, the setup looks similar to yesterday. Really, we got warmer than normal temperatures out west and cooler than normal temperatures out east in a significant way for both. So let's look here at the high temperatures expected this afternoon. And pretty, not that out of the ordinary. We do have temperatures that are in the upper 20s near 30. It is a little bit cooler than normal, but it's not overly cold here in the eastern U.S. We have some mild Pacific air out west. Again, it's not hot air. It's just milder air for this time of year. Here comes the Arctic air once again by Wednesday. Can you see it up here into North Dakota, northern Minnesota, teens? Yes, middle teens for highs up there. And that is going to push all the way south. There's the freezing line as we go into Thursday, all the way down here into southern Missouri. So Branson, all the way down here in towards Kentucky and Tennessee, and even into the western Virginia area as well as we go into Thursday. Then Friday, we start to modify that air. But yeah, it's chilly, 38 degrees in Nashville, the Music City, 38 in Knoxville, and 45 in Atlanta. So it's still going to be chilly further down to the south than what you expect for this time of year. So let's look here at the precipitation. Will it come with any fanfare, any snowfall? Let's look here this afternoon. We got a clipper system moving in across southern Canada, Manitoba to be exact, western Ontario to be exact, and the Arrowhead of Minnesota, and then we still have that lake effect snowfall going as well. Otherwise, it's pretty quiet out there. Southern Texas, we have some drizzle, some lighter showers from the Gulf of Mexico moving up, some dreary days down there as we go into tonight as well. We do have a pretty strong system. That clipper will strengthen over Ontario to 993 millibars tomorrow, and that is going to bring a cold northerly wind into the upper Midwest on Wednesday and Thursday, and it's going to be blowing with gusto here from portions of the Dakotas into Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Iowa. We could be seeing wind gusts potentially over 40 miles an hour in some of these areas on the leading edge of that cold push of Arctic air. And then that wind starts to subside a bit, but we still see breezy conditions for the mid-Atlantic and the coastal New England region as we go into Thursday and Thursday afternoon. So something to keep an eye on there. And then rounding out the week on Friday, you got another clipper. Again, really every 12 to 24 hours. You're going to have this kind of piece of energy moving down in this northwest flow from Canada into the United States, bringing you some light snowfall. While it's not hefty snow, if you get a lot of these over the same areas, it can start to add up here. And northern Illinois knows that. You probably woke up to some snow yesterday, a dusting, heavy dusting of snow outside my window. I know that was the case, and I wasn't expecting it. So kind of a weird pattern we're in. And looking here at the snowfall between now and Friday night, yeah, the name of the game is feast or famine. You know, out west, we are shut off for snow in the Cascades, the Sierras, the Rockies for the most part, just no moisture coming in with that ridge. All the moisture goes up and over that ridge, kind of like in the summertime, and into Canada, and then dives back southeast on the eastern side of that ridge. And this eastern side, of course, is the Great Lakes. So more lake effect snow on the way. And then interior northeast, we're going to see some heavier snowfall again with that snowpack. And looking here ahead, does anything change finally by the middle of the month? And you can see the Pacific air remains in the central and western U.S., kind of more average temperatures across the east through the 12th of December. Looking at precipitation, it looks pretty quiet, so the Sierras, the Cascades, and the Rockies should remain pretty quiet and shut off for snow really into next week as well. And a lot of that precipitation, and some of it, and likely a lot of it, will be snow across the upper Midwest, the Great Lakes, and the eastern U.S. More down here toward the Gulf, it's going to be rainfall and a cooler rain for you folks down there. Then as we go into the following week, towards the mid-month time frame through Monday, December 16th, that Pacific air opens up. We have more zonal flow across the United States with a flatter ridge, and that is going to bring milder air, thawing air across the Midwest here into the Ohio Valley, into the Northeast. That can melt some of our snow up here in the Northeast and the Great Lakes region a little bit as well. But the pattern remains the same. The Sierras are shut off for snowfall, Southern California shut off for rainfall, and then all the way down here into the deep south, we're still shut off for a lot of precipitation. While it's not completely zero, just trending drier. And then up across the north, again, that northwesterly flow will continue a little bit with more of that active weather with rain and or snow showers, and that'll continue on the eastern seaboard. And then that tropical moisture, I guess you could call it, for Texas into Louisiana will still be there with slightly above normal precipitation there as well. So I hope you'll come back, check back often for updates, subscribe to the channel for the latest weather information, accurate weather information, no hype weather here on this channel. And looking here at the like button as well, press the like button. It definitely helps get out this information to more and more people. Leave any comments, questions, concerns below. We'll get to those after the video, and I hope everyone has a terrific rest of their Tuesday out there.